Welcome to the Go Big and Go Home show. My name's Dustin Hill, and I'm here to help you discover and stick to your dreams while deepening the connections with those you love. Hey, it's your host, Dustin Hill of the Go Big and Go Home show. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you listening, supporting all of this. It's really awesome. And I today wanted to share another interview. So Elaine Taylor-Klaus, she's from Impact ADHD. They've done a lot of great things, and they're continuing to make an impact on a lot of parents, which is really cool. And so I had an opportunity to ask her, a little bit of, how did she get into, starting a business? And what would she say that was, how did she do that? How was she able to go big at home and in her business? And so it's fun to hear about the kind of backstory of her starting, at the kitchen table, starting her business there. And, obviously it was pretty clear to her kids that she was starting a business. But really she goes into just how she really tried to involve her kids and to not think of it like, oh, hey, like this is something I'm not going to talk about like in front of my kids. Like this is work, and then this is like family life, but really trying to blend those things. And so that's the one thing I just want to encourage you to do today is, for those of you that are really looking to like leave your 9 to 5 or you're working on some sort of project or some business that, you should really try to involve your kids and to help them to see the things that you are doing and why you're doing it so that they can really connect with that. And then they can also kind of be there to support you as well. And one of the things that I think is really powerful with that as well is the fact that, it really allows them to learn more about you as well and how they want to act in the future, because maybe this is something that they'll end up doing. And if you'd never talked about it, then it's something that they wouldn't necessarily know about, right? That they wouldn't see, oh yeah, I remember mom or dad, like this is what they did. Like I remember that they were working on this thing. And, as a kid, we were there like helping them do this and that, and that type of thing. And so I think it's really powerful in that way. And it reminds me of a brief story of Amy and I, we had put together these teething necklaces. So what they are is like silicone necklaces that they look nice, but it's something that a baby can chew on. And so it was a really cool product that we came up with. There were others on the market, but we had our own design and everything. So we were, doing that through Amazon. So we had those there. And I just remember this one time being at my parents' house and some of Amy's family was there, my family was there, and we had like a few hundred of these. And we needed to put them all in bags, and then we needed to put labels on them and all that stuff. And so we had this huge, room full of these necklaces and everyone there helping. And so it was really fun to see everybody there like, hey, like, bag and stuff, helping out and really just helping us all out so we could get that done. And it reminds me too of like Duck Dynasty, if you've seen those that, it's just that similar thing. Okay, hey, you work on this part of the duck call and then that part and all these different things. And so just kind of funny to see that. And it was kind of a funny experience, but it's one of those things though, that as you, show those things and you work together on them, then it's that much more impactful and people want to help you and get behind you. And so a similar thing with our kids is that it's important for us to be real with them and to help them see, what's going on. And sometimes, maybe we're stressed out and there's something going on and we can kind of explain that, this thing happened today. And so it's just I'm kind of stressed about that. And so, sorry about being frustrated and I'm working on that. So I'm, not taking that out on other people, but just, anyways, I think just really helping to be real with our kids so that they can continue to see those examples and be able to learn for themselves. So I'll roll that interview and hope you enjoy that and make sure that you go big and go home. I wanted to ask you, like, how have you been able to go big in your business, but to also, take care of your family at the same time? Like, what's been kind of your secret of really going big at both places?
I think my biggest secret was that I never tried to keep my business separate from my family.
Yeah.
I never tried. Now, part of it was when I started, I was a mom. I was not a stay-at-home mom. I was working part-time, but I was in the house, and so I started the business in the house right off the family room. So it was kind of obvious that I was there. But I never tried I never did that thing where it's like, well, this is work and I'm not talking about work in front of kids. And I always kind of brought them into the conversation and told them what I was doing and why and what was important about it so that they had buy-in from the very beginning about me doing something that was important to me and wanting for me And that, I think it's really like, if when we set it up as, I can't do that because I have to go to work, we set up this division where kids become competitive with your work.
Yeah.
But if you bring them into the conversation and become part of it with them, then they begin sort of cheering you on in it.
Mm-hmm.
And they want you to be successful in it. And that was the environment that I was able to foster with my kids.
Yeah. No, I love that. And that's definitely something I've noticed as well. As
I
I've
bet.
tried to bring that together and, and involve them in that, then it's like, oh, wow, like they're excited for it, and one of the quick stories, like last year, I was like, oh, I really want to start this YouTube channel. I want to do that for a long time, and kind of shifted gears since then because anyways, another time for another day, but it's this, YouTube channel called Will It Drum, where I drum on different objects and stuff. And so I had this thing where it's like Wednesday night is when we'd watch it. And so it got to this like event with the family that everyone's like, hey, it's Wednesday, we're going to watch this thing. Everyone's getting on the couch and excited to do it. And so it was like, it was a different thing because in the past I'd tried so many other things, but it was always just kind of me off. And it was like, that kind of competition. But, I finally kind of brought it together. And then it was like, now I have this like support team, these cheerleaders, and it was a lot more fun.
There's no better support than your own family, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm a big believer in raising a team. As my kids said to me over the winter break last year, that we raised a friend group, because they're now all young adults and they're very, very close with each other. And I think that's what we want, but we don't want to separate ourselves as other from our kids. Like, we're the family,
Mm-hmm.
and it's them and it's us, and we're rooting for them and they're rooting for us. And we always went to each other's games and went to each other's activity, like we just, that was our value as a family. And so when we started having activities that kind of were housed in the home, they were coming to our events. I was looking on YouTube, there's a video that my daughter did when we first started Impact, like, I don't know, 10 years ago. It's hysterical. It's so out of date, but it's adorable.
Yeah. That's so fun. Oh, I love that. Hey, it's Dustin, and I hope you got a lot of value out of this episode. And I also hope that you're already subscribed. If not, what are you waiting for? Go subscribe, rate, and review. That'll make sure that you get this content as soon as it comes out. And also make sure to share with your friends and family so that they can go big and go home just like you.